All right, so here we are, race 7, back again with Rich Bieglmeier. We're excited for that. You can find him on Horse Racing Radar. So we're back for Saturday. And go ahead, Sarah, what are we doing here?
We're going into race 7, the grade 1, Maker's Mark, Filly and Mare Turf, 1 mile and 3/8, $2 million at stake. Rich, who do you like here?
Well, I'm going to start with the 4-horse Love. Love has been off to a kind of a slow start in 2021 after just blitzing Europe in 2020. But it looks like in her last race, she got back into form. But even when you look at the 2021 races where she's finished third, no worse than third, she's done so against the likes of Misriff, who is an incredible horse. If that horse, and that's a male, so she's been running against the males and losing to the males, coming in second or third. She's not going to face any males here, hence the name Fillies and Mares. So I would expect that you see the horse back in form. It's going to look a lot more like it looked in 2020 than in 2021. And when you look at this, she's finished, like I said, no worse than third, but I see that she's had some very strong runs on Europe on a good track. And again, as I mentioned for yesterday's race, when you're looking at those European horses, you want to make sure that they've run well when they get a good track. Some of them respond better on the softer surface. Number 7, Warlike Goddess. I mean, what can you say? The horse has run 7 times, won 6 of them. She's won all 3 at the distance by at least 2 1/4 lengths, running away from everybody at the end of the race. And she's the only horse in the field, notwithstanding the European horses that don't come with speed figures, but she's the only horse in the field to run a speed figure above par for the last race, in her last race above par for this level, which is a pretty good angle. Number 12, Daria. I'm a little worried about this one, but it is the defending champion, I believe. Last year, she won at roughly 18-1 odds. She's been racing on very soft conditions in France and England. The only good footing race she got since last year's Breeders' Cup was her first race this year in 2021, where she finished second to my top pick, Love, by just 3/4 of a length. And finally, we talked about in the first race about how the pace can make the race for, what was his name, Bubbles Boy or something like that, but Bubble Boy. But in this race, going to Vegas could make good on that horse racer's adage of pace makes race. This horse should get to the lead, do so pretty easily. And I think only Love is the only other horse in the field that might even try to catch up with Going to Vegas. And if Going to Vegas, you can watch the fractions. If it's on the lead and that opening half is in 47.5 seconds or more, I think she'll be very difficult to catch. So those are my 4 horses.
Wow.
All right.
What do you like?
And I'll say go to Vegas. I was at all her races actually because and I watched her run, and she's tough in the lead. She's a tough horse. She's a nice horse to watch. Doesn't have great numbers, tough in the lead, and they've been waiting for this distance. Oddly enough, it's really strange. Going to Vegas, that's a good call. I'm going to go just too deep if I can find my thing right here, and I'm going to go fade Love here, but I'm going to go with Love because all we need is Love, and it's going to be Love's Only You, the Japanese horse, in the 8-hole here. And if you look, this horse, sorry guys, but it got beat by a really good horse by a half a length. And we're talking about the best horse in the world in Mischief. Mm-hmm. A horse that would come over and beat Nick's Go for fun, backpedaling. This horse was beat by a half a length. Let's not forget this. When they're in beat by a half a horse by a super horse. So I'm going to go with that. And also, if you just look, I just think this horse is, right there enough. Class. So I love this horse here. I also am going to go with the, I have to find my things here because I wanted to say that a lot. And I forgot who else I was going to use. I did maybe play Love in this race as well. If I'm going to go deep, let me find out. Oh, here it is. I also played the 4, Rogier, I believe, Roger. Not French, but it sounds like it would be that. If you look, this horse is basically right off of being 4 in a row. And I think we'll actually like this track a little bit. I think we'll like the added distance a little bit. So I'm going with a hard luck horse, going to come over and do really well. So I'm going to go 4-8 If I have the money, I'd go 4-6-8, but just put me down for 4-8.
All right. AJ, who do you like?
Well, Randy stole my thunder, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I like the 4, and I loved the 8. Loved the 8. That was actually my top choice. Warlike Goddess, I'm going to keep on my 10, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore because that's who I'm putting on top in this race. I also like Warlike Goddess. I've tried to bet against this horse, and I got smoked. So that being said, I'm going to go with the horse I tried to beat against Warlike Goddess, and that's My Sister Nat for a price. There's something about this horse that I've seen a bunch of times, and look, it's lost to Warlike Goddess in 2 of the last 3 races. The one time it wasn't there, finally got that win that it might need this year to give it that extra added confidence. Ran its biggest speed figure in its life last time out in that grade 3 mile and 3/8. Yeah, I'll take a shot there too with the 9.
All right, 4, 8, 9 for you. I went 3 deep as well. 7, Warlike Goddess playing it. Loves Only You, 8. This horse is just unbelievable. Not only, like Randy had brought up, half a length to Mishriff, but barely got second to Japan Superstar Sodashi.
Half a length is a neck.
Yeah, has been just dominating some tough horses. Coming over here, I'm excited to see how Love's Only You runs. I also am taking Love as well. This horse got third to Adaya and Mishriff, which those are 2 extremely tough horses overseas, and has beaten Ayudara. So Love, I have to play this horse. And I was thinking about this, throwing in this long shot here.
The 11.
What'd you say?
The 11.
No.
Oh, damn it.
I'm going with this horse because Joe said definitely keep an eye out for this horse. I'm going with the 5, Queen Supreme, 20-1 as my long shot here. I'm just kind of taking Joe's word for it, as this is a horse coming from South Africa. They had their eyes on coming to the Breeders' Cup. They mean business.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of effort to get a horse to the Breeders' Cup from South Africa. There's a lot of stuff that goes involved, more than other things, which
They're just coming to party. They're not coming.
Yeah.
That's all, actually. Yeah. But so those are
I agree with you guys on the 4 and the 8, love only, but the horse does have a tendency to hang late in a lot of races too. So that concerned me about that horse. I had it as my 5th choice. And then as far as Roger is concerned, or Rogier, or however you want to pronounce that one, it is just a neck and a head away from being undefeated in the last 4, but all of those were on heavy or soft conditions. And if you look back in the lone, rewind back to the lone good effort, it was the 2nd worst race that the horses run. So I was a little bit concerned about that, but the recent form, if it takes to the fast and firm surface out there in Southern California, then I think it can win that race too. This one is, I think, is wide open as the other race that we covered.
I thought for sure Sarah was going dog tag because I actually at 30-1, you're not going to get 30-1. You'll probably get 50, and I will place a small win bet on that horse because.
Well, if you watch Going to Vegas, his last race,
I
dog
think
tag was the one that chased Going to Vegas and kind of was closing. But Going to Vegas gets game. She gets game.
But you're going to get 50, 60-1 on that horse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're playing.
Oh, yeah, I will.
It's not a bad
will
play
be.
to do that. Even a one-play show bet on dog tag.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
So that was our picks.
Last time I made an argument like that, Hot Rod Charlie went all the way around. So you can lock in the horse right now as the winner. Dog tag. It's not a loser. It's a lock.
Well, Rich, thanks for jumping on our show, giving us picks for 2 strong races, kind of put you to the test there. I think these are tough races.
They're indeed.
Absolutely. Rich, always a pleasure, buddy.
Yep.
It's my pleasure. Have a great Breeders' Cup. You guys going to go there? Or?
You too. Well,
We think so. We'll
we
be doing
think
something. Okay, so what's coming on with you for the Breeders' Cup? You doing any special shows or anything? You doing live or anything?
We might go live on Friday and Saturday. Terry's in at Del Mar, so we might have some on the scene reporting from Terry.
Oh, nice. Then you
That'll
have
be
to
nice.
go live.
Okay, so tell everybody out there where you're going live so they know.
We'll be live on Horse Racing Radar TV for the Breeders' Cup races on YouTube. So you can check that out if you go to Racing Radar on Twitter or Facebook. Sean will be socializing, as I call it, when we go live. So he'll announce when we're going to hit it. So if you like us on Facebook, that also, right, it lets you know when it goes live. I'm not much of a social media guy. I'm too old for that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He says
I
the same
do.
thing. So
Because we are. That's why.
That's it. I mean, it's truthful. It's like wearing skinny jeans at 55. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, listen, when you went to college and you didn't have social media, one time you graduated, why would you ever go to it?
well,
Just
that's
what it
just
is.
how it is.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks.
Rich.
Good luck, and may all your picks end up in the winner's circle.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you as
I hope
well.
so.